The President of Ukraine has announced that agreements with European Union countries on arms production are to be concluded this summer. Poland is not on the list. Despite the enormous support for Ukraine, despite the involvement of millions of Poles, despite the help we have given our eastern neighbour, as I have said many times, Poland has long been absent from the table called Ukraine. We will not cooperate with them. They will give us a wide berth. Donald Tusk is once again allowing himself to be outmanoeuvred. During the United Rights rule, Poland was the first country to help Ukraine when it was attacked by Russia. Hundreds of pieces of heavy military equipment were sent there from our country, including a company of Leopard tanks, and over 1 million Ukrainians found refuge with us. The situation is very worrying and bad for Poland. Poland should be in the game. It should also negotiate such agreements, although it seems that Ukraine is not particularly interested in this at the moment. I have the impression that the Ukrainians have been focusing on Germany in Europe for a long time and wish to build their European agenda at the expense of relations with Poland. We asked a member of Donald Tusk's government about Polish interests in Ukraine. Shouldn't we participate in this? Of course we should participate. Just as we have supported Ukraine so far, we should also take advantage of the funds that are available for defence in Europe today. Everything indicates that Prime Minister Tusk probably has more important matters to attend to, although, as he himself said, no one in Europe can outplay him. As a rule, there are announcements here, either in the Polish media or in Parliament, that we will be at the forefront of something, that we have achieved something on an EU-wide scale. But as we can see, this has little to do with reality. Just as he was not invited to the reconstruction of Ukraine at all, and Germany is already doing business there. And it is exactly the same with armaments. If we are talking about money for European armament, everyone knows today that this is money for the Germans and the French. The question arises as to why Donald Tusk went to Kiev, because even though he travelled in a different carriage from the European leaders, he was supposed to look after Polish interests there. Decisions about the future were made not in the carriage in which Donald Tusk travelled, but in the lounge where the leaders of Western European countries travelled. Also the future of the arms industry. As you can see, Poland is not included in this pool. Perhaps this time the carriage in which the current Prime Minister was supposed to travel was not even brought to the station. Today, Ukraine is making deals with Western Europe over our heads, and Donald Tusk is either turning a blind eye to this or focusing on completely indirect issues in domestic politics, also without success. Donald Tusk's entire model of functioning in Polish politics is to distract Poles from fundamental issues, and these are fundamental issues. The matter is interesting in that it seems that we have bargaining chips that we are not using. Most of the aid for Ukraine goes through our country. Logistics and the fact that we are a transshipment hub for materials and goods needed by Ukrainians is something we could use to our political advantage. But our politicians are afraid to do so. It needs to be done, but as we can see, they are not capable of it. Unfortunately, we are once again being pushed out of important contracts and important decision-making bodies, and we simply do not count in Europe. This is a very bad situation for Poland and, to put it bluntly, incomprehensible, since the government and the Prime Minister personally boast about their great contacts in the European Union, boast about their position, and say no one in Europe can outplay them. Perhaps the Prime Minister was right about being outmanoeuvred, but he did not say everything, because it seems that no one is outmanoeuvring Donald Tusk, because no one is playing with him.